All right, this is my 100,000 view case study. I just had a TikTok hit 100,000 views on my artist page, and I wanted to dive into how I made that video, what my thinking was behind it, and how I reverse engineered it to make sure that it went viral. In this video, I'm gonna dive deep into the analytics to show you exactly how you can make sure that your videos go viral as well and get your music in front of the right audience. Let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing I'm gonna do is show you the video that went viral. So let's go ahead and check that out.
I'm in trouble, I'm an addict, I'm addicted to this girl. She's got my heart tied in a knot and my stomach in a whirl. But even worse, I can't stop calling her. She's all I want and more. I mean, man, what's not to adore?
All right, so the first thing you're probably thinking is, why in the world did that get 100,000 views, but my videos don't? And it's because I reverse engineered this video to make sure that it popped off. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video's metrics. So as of right now, it's actually already crossed 100,000 views, but when I took this, it was 99,000. I gained 366 new followers. It was at 10,000 likes, 532 comments, 5,328 shares, 2,275 saves, and 19.81% of the people that saw the video watched the entire video. So obviously there are a few metrics that stand out here, okay? The number one thing that stands out is the 20% of people that TikTok showed the video to watch the entire video. That's crazy. If you know anything about these analytics, that is insanity. So that's the first thing that TikTok looks at and is like, okay, this is a fire video. Most of the people that we showed this to freaking loved it. The other thing that gave them the sign to push it was how many freaking shares it has. It has 5,328 shares. Half of the number of likes were shares, which is insane. Now, it might just seem like a stupid performance video, just every other video is the same. This one just got lucky and popped off. But I knew when I went into recording that video what metrics were the most important. And so when I made that video, I reverse engineered it to make sure that shares and percentage of people that watched the full video were number one. And I'm going to show you how to do the exact same thing. You can see on the left side over here, I've kind of already showed my cards a little bit on the hook, the title hook, visual hook, and audio hook. But we're going to get more into that in the next slide here. So let's go ahead and jump to that. So I use what is called the HRR method. That stands for hook, retain, reward. So the hook is made up of three different hooks. You've got the visual hook, the title hook, and the audio hook. So let's go ahead and go back to that video and look at what was the visual hook, what was the title hook, and what was the audio hook, and I'll kind of explain my thinking behind them. All right, so we're looking at it right here. You can see the title hook is very obvious, right? It's what is the title? What is the caption that is displaying on the screen, right? This needs to be something that hooks people. The visual hook I have here is the ukulele, obviously. It's a physical object. I think not enough people have physical objects that they are using in the video. That just keeps people's attention and makes them watch. And then the audio hook. One important thing to note here is all of these three things combined, I am making a promise. The hook is a promise, okay? That is all it is. When I am hooking somebody, I am simply making a promise to them. And then whether I reward them, whether I retain them, that is all left up to the next parts, but I am making a promise in this hook. So the title hook here is, I dare you to send this to them, right? So obviously I'm saying, oh, send this to somebody you like, right? That's the idea behind it here. And then every other hook here is adding up to the same thing. So I dare you to send them this, or I dare you to send this to them. And then the visual hook is me holding a ukulele. So right there, I have made a promise that you are going to be able to send this video to somebody that you love. And obviously it's going to be something musical related, and it's probably going to be something sweet, right? It's something that if you send this to them, they're going to see you as somebody sweet, right? I'm making a promise. I promise you will be able to send this to them and you will be seen as a sweet person, right? That is literally what I am promising them, even though I'm not saying it outright directly, right? Subconsciously, that is the promise that is being made in their brain. And it all is based on those three hooks. The title hook, the visual hook, and the audio hook are all combining to create that promise. Next part is retain. So it's important that once we hook these people, once we've got them past the first few seconds, we've made them a promise, we need to keep their attention. We need to give them something valuable here in the retain section. So something to keep in mind with the retain section, I've done some testing, and percentage watch time is more important than actual watch time, okay? To an extent. What I mean by that is if I have a 10-second video and people watch 100% of it, that video is going to go crazy viral. But if I have a 20-second video and people watch 10 seconds of it, which is the same amount as the first video, it's not going to go crazy viral. Even though the video is longer and it's the same amount of time watched, that video is not going to go crazy, whereas the 10-second video will. And it's because the percentage of watch time is higher, right? So if I have a 17-second video, like I just showed you, the average watch time was, I think, 52% of the video, something like that. But 20% of the people watched the whole video. So obviously that did really well, 52%, blah, blah, blah. But if I had a 50-second video and people watched, 10 seconds of it or whatever it was, then it wouldn't do as well, because percentage watch time just matters a bit more than actual watch time. Now, don't push your limits on this, because if you post a 5-second video, it's probably not going to do anything for you. You might could do like a 5-second video and then in the caption do like, some stuff, be like, hey, read the caption here. I've seen some of those. But in terms of actually posting promotional video that will get your music heard, I don't suggest doing anything less than 10 seconds, personally. Here's some ways we can keep people retained, all right? Lyrics/captions, right? Having something pop up on the screen, people want to see the lyrics, right? So many people are not watching with the audio turned on. You need to have the captions and lyrics pop up on the screen. And even if they do have the audio turned on, we just need that visual stimulation nowadays, okay? So have the lyrics, have the captions pop up. Constant movement. So you saw in that video, I was sitting here playing the ukulele. There was enough movement that it kind of kept it going. But sometimes you'll see like people have zooming in, zooming out. You'll have different camera angles popping up. Just constant movement is very important to keeping it interesting and keeping that retention, okay? All right, and comments and shares also equal more watch time. So for example, if somebody goes in the comments of your video and goes to leave a comment, they are still watching the video, right? That video is still playing, and that is adding to the watch time. Same thing as if they share the video, then another person is joining to watch, which is adding to the watch time. So obviously comments and shares are very important for adding to the retention, right? Giving somebody a reason to share it, giving somebody a reason to comment is going to add to the retention of your video. Now, the important part here is that we reward them. So the reward is the other side of the hook. We throw out the hook, we say, hey, I promise you this. The reward is, here is this. We have delivered it, okay? So the reward in this case is, I promised them in the hook, you're going to be able to send this to somebody that you love, all right? You're going to want to send it to somebody you love. The reward is they actually do. And let me dive into what makes people share it, why people share it. Let's dive further into reward. So first of all, what is the reward? The reward is the fulfillment of the promise that we made in the hook. So if we made a promise in the hook, we are fulfilling on it, either, fulfilling it completely or more than. And if we don't do that, they will not share, they will not stick around, they will not follow, they'll be gone because you didn't fulfill on what you promised in the hook. You might have got them to the end, but they'll just be slightly disappointed and continue on. So the question obviously is, how do we reward them, right? We've created this promise, hey, I promise you're going to be able to send this to somebody that you love, and you're going to want to do it, right? But like, how do we actually follow through on that reward, right? How do we follow through on these things? So to understand rewards, we have to first ask this question. Why do people share content? Why at all? Like, why do we share anything with anybody? And it's for one thing, status. It is for a specific status. So here's a few examples. So if I share a funny video with my friend, right? A cat video, I am sharing it with them because I want them to laugh. I am sharing it with them to gain the status of, I'm the funny guy that sent them that. So that's why you see cat videos and this and that are all going viral and people are sharing them out the wazoo, right? It's because people want the status of, I am the person that shared that with you. If you share a sweet video, which is the case for this video, right? You're showing, hey, look, I'm sweet. So we can look at that and be like, okay, if somebody is going to share a sweet video with their spouse, we already know that. We're making a promise in the hook. You're going to be able to share this with your spouse and get the validation of being the sweet person that sent them that, right? That's the promise we're making is, hey, you're going to send this to them and they're going to be like, oh, you're so sweet. You're going to gain the status of being the sweet person that sent them that, right? That is why people share these videos. Here's another example. If you share a breaking news story, right? So you send that to a friend. Hey, did you see this is happening? Blah, blah, blah. You are getting the status. You get this little bit of, intoxicating feeling, right? Of, I keep up with current events. I'm just a person that keeps up with current events. That's the status you're getting for sharing those kind of videos. That is for every single sharing thing, period. We share videos because we want the status that we are stealing from that video. So now that we know that, we can reverse engineer, okay, well, if I want somebody to share this video with a loved one, how can I reverse engineer that? Well, I'm going to say something like, I dare you to send this to them. And then we're going to sing that song that keeps their retention. We're going to give them this entertainment. We're going to give them the thing that we're promising they can send them, right? The audio is immediately going into the music. I never have the music playing for 10 seconds and then I start singing. I jump immediately into it because I want to immediately package this up for them to share. I want to be like, here's this video of me singing about how much I love you. Send it to that person, right? I don't want to give them a 60-second, 2-minute, here's the whole video, watch my thing, check out my new song. They're not going to share that with anybody. But if I say, send this to them, and I don't ask for anything, I just say, send this love song to them right now. That makes a promise to them that they're going to be able to send this and get that status from that. And if you notice in the metrics, the 5,328 shares for 100,000 views is insane, right? 5,300 shares is nuts, okay? That is what pushed it to 100,000 views because so many people were sharing it with their loved ones. They were going in the comments and saying at blah, blah, blah. That is the reason that it got so popping, all right? So we want to reverse engineer the share mechanic. Okay, so now the big question that's probably on your mind. We've made a promise, we've retained their attention, we fulfilled the promise, and they sent it to people. Awesome, we have 100,000 views. How do I convert these views into streams and fans? And just a reminder, the reason we want that is because people streaming our music and following up with our music equals to streams, which equals more money and more fans and allows us to do this full time. That's why we care, okay? So how do we do that, okay? People are sharing it, blah, blah, blah. It's just a video right now. How do we convert people into real streams, real fans, get them to leave the site, save my song? Think about what we're doing here. We are creating this moment for these people, right? I am creating a moment for you to send your loved one this thing and create this special moment. Oh, you're so sweet. I am just the deliverer with this song, right? Here you go. I'm giving you this moment. So now what I do is reintroduce myself, say, hey, me again, and remind them, here's the full song if you want to go listen. And the reason that that works now is because I've given them the moment. If the video starts and you're just like, hey, go listen to my song, right? You haven't given them anything, right? Here what I'm doing is I'm giving them a moment and then I'm coming up in the comments or I'm following up with a share, or if somebody follows me, I'm DMing them, I'm saying, hey, thank you so much for that. Here is my song if you want to go listen on Spotify. And most of them will. And guess what? People that don't actually comment will go in the comments and see that it's on Spotify and go listen to the song. So here's a couple ways that you can convert people from viewers into streamers. Respond to every single comment. I mean, every one. And by the way, this works because also if you have 200 comments and you respond to every comment, you have 400 comments now. And the likelihood is that a lot of those people will comment again when you comment, and then you can comment again. So that 400 actually turns into like 600. Okay, that's what happened with this video. And it continues to get pushed because the algorithm loves it. The other thing you can do is DM every new follower. You can track the analytics and see who follows you from a video that they saw. And you can DM them and say, hey, thank you so much for following me. I appreciate you showing support to me and my music, and just wanted to say thank you. That creates this personal connection. I just gave them this moment to send to their significant other, and now I'm saying thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go listen to this person's music. This guy is awesome. That's what's going on in their brain, and that's what happens, and that's how you get the streams. And the other thing is, if you have a video pop off like this one hit 100,000 views, a lot of people are probably going to start posting videos to that sound. It's important that you go into every single video and comment. Say, thank you for using my sound, or this video is awesome. The reason you do that is you put that sound more into the atmosphere. You push it, right? And also the people that created those videos are going to be like, oh my gosh, this guy actually came back and responded to my video. He actually commented. And then they're going to want to go show their friends, and they're going to be like, look at this guy, he commented, blah, blah, blah. And that's how you convert just a regular person that saw your video into somebody that actively follows you and streams your music and is a fan of yours as a person. Okay, so that was a lot of information. So what do you do now, right? What do you do with that? Well, I want to help you implement the stuff that I just showed you into your own music, But the only way I can do that is if you go join my free Skool community. All right. It's called Music Artist Growth Lab. You can see it in the top left corner. Go join that. I should have already sent you a link to it, but if not, the link is in my Instagram bio. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go click on my link in my bio and go join the Skool community that way as well. Again, it's free. That is where I share all sorts of content to help music artists grow and learn together. It's a community. I have lots of content on there. I have courses, and I'm constantly adding to it. I'll also be starting challenges coming soon, so please go ahead and get in there as fast as possible. I want to help you implement this stuff. So please go join my free community, Music Artist Growth Lab. I hope to see you in there, and I'll see you in the next one.